Hello everyone, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel for Saturday Craft Day with Kraftgali. We are going to be playing with some alcohol pearl inks again, and here you can see me grabbing them up and shaking them up. You have to make sure that you shake those really well before you start playing with them for your project. This way you get the pearlescent business moving around and then you can get to it. I have some Yupo paper here. Now, totally and completely disregard the foil sheets to my left. They will not be used in this craft video. But yeah, just pretend they're not there in your visual cortex. I am putting down some colors here, which I will have listed. And I am noticing that I have a little bit of clogging in my thing. So you want to make sure that you maybe poke a little hole, or not with the hole, but maybe take a pin and put that through, just in case if you have the same issue, because you can kind of see some of them are globbing out on me. That's probably that pearlescent material inside just getting in the way, but eventually they were coming out just perfect. So just a little FYI. Took some alcohol blending solution and I'm going to place that around because you all know I love to do this little faux paint pour technique because I don't have the courage to do the real thing. Eventually, I'm hoping to get to it. But in the meantime, this will satisfy that urge. So I'm moving around this ink and I'm getting this beautiful mix of colors. I am going to take my water brush pen that has alcohol blending solution in it, and I'm just going to move around some of that paint so I fill in some of those holes. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to go back in and do this really fun technique where you drop it and it just kind of spreads the ink out. And I do that with a couple different colors, as well as the blending solution. So you can see me just going through, dropping it in. And once I got that there, I was like, you know, something just wasn't what the vision I had in my head. So I took a straw, and that's when I did the old straw blow technique. So I've just blown all around my project, and I started to get that really cool effect. I pictured this with really bright colors becoming a galaxy scene. So I thought, wow, that would be awesome. Just, you know, you've seen some of those really amazing space pictures. This is what it reminded me of, except not in these colors necessarily. So I'm doing that all around. And when you do that, it actually helps dry your project a lot faster, just so you know. And I put that aside. If I'm going to do an alcohol inked background, I like to do it first, put it aside, and then do the rest of my project. Okay, so I'm not going to be using any stamps in today's project. This is going to be all dyes. And so I took some glitter cardstock from Lawn Fawn, the white, and this is right here, Fun Foam. And I die cut thanks 6 times total. So 3 times with the white cardstock, the glitter cardstock, and then 3 times with the Fun Foam. And so I am going to then take the shadow. Oh, that was a little peek of my coffee. Did you see it? I made sure I drank my coffee throughout this video. I think I was crafting at 5 o'clock in the morning at this time. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to go through and take my Nuvo glue and just use my precision tip on it and just tap the glue, really tiny dots all over my purple Fun Foam, and then put my my things together. Okay, so I have the shadow die for this because this is a paper rose die, and they have shadow dies, and I love that. So I took the shadow die and I'm going to cut it 3 times in the background. Notice I did cut down my background, so I chose slightly smaller than an A2 size. And so I cut out 3 times with the shadow die. I'm going to place this down really flat using some art glitter glue here. And I'm not going to pop up this piece here. Now, hindsight. We know that it is always 20/20. And so I realized that my background almost got lost on this pearlescent background paper. So if I had to choose it again, I would choose like a navy color, which I think would have been perfect to kind of break up the things, because you kind of can't see the shadow die behind. So if you're going to duplicate this card, I would highly recommend you try that, and then you tag me so that I can see what it looks like, because I'd be very interested. So, okay, so now I'm just going to place down all 3 of my dies. Now, I love that these are popped up off the page, and if you do look closely, you can see that it's shadow dyed out, but I just feel like it didn't get the effect that I wanted. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and I am actually going to use that background frame, but I didn't want to waste all that beautiful glitter cardstock, so I cut out the middle, Do you see my coffee again? I'm telling you, I'm sucking back the coffee on this one. But I'm going to be using just the frame. So I took some really strong score tape, put it around my panel, placed it on the glitter cardstock, and now I'm going to put it down onto my card base. This card base is actually not Nina 110, shocking although it is. I actually used some 110 pound from, I want to say, Joann's, which is not as thick as the Nina 110, but it's definitely sufficient for a card of this weight, because my front of my card panel is not heavy at all. It's really thin and light, and so it worked out perfect. I'm trying to figure out if I can save a little bit of money by purchasing maybe a slightly less expensive. Okay, Nuvo Dream Drops. They are dreamy, I have to tell you. Like McDreamy drops, here they come. They are pearlescent. If you have the Ranger Pearl ink or Pearl Drops, I don't know what they look like, but I would say they're probably the same. I don't know. I can't compare. But I can tell you that these are so pretty when they come out. So I was happy that I picked those up. And then I'm going to add those as my accents for this card. And we're going to call that a day once I decide, after I put my Nuvo drops, that I want this sentiment here. You're wonderful. And I just popped that up on some foam tape, which is fine. I didn't mind smashing down that little pearl drop. It is all good to me. Okay, so this is the second card I made. I didn't show you the process because it's pretty much easy. But the die cuts that I cut from the first one, I just used all the B-roll for my second card. And I like that one just as much, if not more. So I placed those down with glue. I had to use some multimedia matte for those, and just to make sure they stuck on that glitter cardstock. And that will do it for the cards. Thank you so much for stopping by with us and for hanging out. I will list everything we used below. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss anything from us. Know that we come back here on the Kraftgali channel every single Saturday for a video. And I love to hear from you, so comment below. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.